just to get our bodies warmed up and awake and loosened up. So let's all start standing. And you can have your feet in line with your shoulders. Just relax your knees, relax your feet, hips, and shoulders. You can just sort of like shake it out, just let your whole spine get really loose. And then we're gonna wake up all of our muscles with our knuckles. Okay, so hold on to you can keep your thumbs sort of wrapped. And we're just gonna do drumming. So we're gonna just start by drumming the muscles along your chest. Yeah, sort of like this gorilla drum. So we have this direct pressure of the knuckles along the chest, and then you can just bring it along the right shoulder, drumming, good. And then across to the left. So in Chinese medicine, this is a good exercise through Qi Gong that allows you to really wake up all the muscles and all the tissues in your body. So you can move all the way down. You're going to go down the legs, go down the right leg. And keep a good amount of pressure. So you're just trying to find this sort of like stimulating sensation. And then go down through the back of the leg. And the glutes. Yeah, there's no right or wrong, just kind of drumming the muscles up and down the body, all around the body, back of the legs, and through the back of your spine, just along the sides, and up and down the arms. This is a good one to do in the morning, just to kind of wake up your body. Another arm. And then you can just release. Just lower your arms, let them drop. Okay, we're gonna move into a general purge. Right, so purging out any negative toxins or emotions out of the body, or sort of anything else you might be holding on to. So without thinking too much, you're just gonna reach the arms wide. Breathing in, and we're gonna gather in through the insides of the feet, through Jane Low. So hands come in through the inner side of the foot, both feet up through the insides of your legs. Good, so we're touching the whole body. You're bringing your hands up through the sides of your groin, front sides of your body, across your chest. Good, pull from the backs of the arms, and then exhale, just let it go. So we're just dropping out, really dropping all that toxic energy or motions are gonna cross through the back sides of your arms. Up the back of your head. So even if we're feeling pretty good, there's always something that we can kind of maybe let go of or get rid of in the body. It might not even be an emotion, it might be like a digestion issue or a headache or any sort of pain. So we're just gonna let that go. And keep going, breathing in. Gathering the back of the body, cleaning the back kidney chain. Exhale. Throw it away. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in. Start to imagine the body getting a little cleaner. You can think of sort of like a clear or white translucent light through the body. Filling up. And 1 more. Back of the head, back of the shoulders. Throw it away. Good, nice guys. And just release into a Ruji stance. So feet are in line with shoulders. Good. Bring your arms wide to the sides, palms face back. So we're back in this sort of like hangman position. Right, without holding our spine too rigidly. You want to feel the soft S of your spine, the soft curves. So feel the top of your crown pull up towards the sky. Soften your ribs. Soften your sternum and your pelvis. So your pelvis is just kind of, imagine you're kind of sitting on this imaginary chair. Yeah. Your arms are out by your sides, fingers are soft. Good, and just take a second to close your eyes, settling into your body and into your space. Good. So the body's clean after doing our general purge. And grounded, we're just gonna root our feet down a little deeper into the earth. Feel all 10 toes, feel your heels sink into the earth. And then if you're clenching or holding onto your glutes, can you relax your glutes? Just gently feel your tailbone sort of slide underneath you. So without tension or grip, just feel that little slide. So if you're facing the side, there's a little bit of a pelvic tilt without clenching, and then the rest of your spine is really just pulled up towards the sky. So we're feeling nice and tall. Tuck your chin in slightly. And then while we're holding here, just close your eyes and start to feel that sort of warm smile or warm sun drop down through the front side of your face, front of your body, all the way down to the front of your toes, dropping down into the earth. And then feeling the back side of your body, that warm sun or warm smile shining down the back of your skull, back of your neck, back of your spine, hips, back of the legs, back of the knees, calves, and ankles. And now imagine that you're opening up the crown of your head to the sky, so to the yang energy, to the heavens. You're going to open up the top of your head and allow that warm sun to shine through the top of your head, through the crown, filling up your entire body with that warm sun. So really softening and illuminating the entire body. So we're filling up with this really healing light that allows us to start moving and strengthening from a place of calm, right? In a place of stillness. And now keeping your eyes closed. Imagine the center of both of your feet opening up to the ground. And we're gonna start to draw or suck some yin energy, so that female, that healing, that cooling energy up through the center of your feet, all the way up through the center of the feet, through the backs of the legs, back of the spine, back of the neck, back of the head. Pause once that lights up at the top of your head, and then exhale, let it fall down the front side of your body, landing at your lower dantian, so landing just below your navel. And so we're filling up, think of that space that through your core, right? It's a really open space, filling it up with some amber colored light. So again, breathing in. Exhale to fill. Inhale up through the feet, back of the body. Exhale, dropping it down, filling up through core center. Now keep going. We're going to take 3 more breaths, 3 more rounds of filling up some of that grounding yin energy through the body. And 1 more. Bring your attention to the area below your belly button. Imagine that amber colored light starting to move through your core center, the back, front, filling up the sides, and then allowing it to expand and sort of explode out into the rest of the organs, lighting all of the other organs up with this amber colored light. And through the stomach, through the lungs, the heart, spleen, liver, kidneys, gallbladder, all lighting up with this amber colored light. And when you're ready, let's reach our arms wide to the sides. We're going to move into our liver organ exercise. So we've done this one past 2 classes. We're going to come back to it. So just pausing with your hands right in front of your middle dantian. Okay, so sort of in line with your, just in line with your chest. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to start to create that little ball of energy. So the Tai Chi ball, right? So start to find that ball. You can start to play with it a little bit. That clockwise, moving, sort of rotating ball of energy. Yeah. So we're just going to sort of move it around through our palms. We're coming into a tonification exercise for the liver. As we know, liver is connected to our joints and connected to our hips. So we're just going to release some tension through our hips and kind of get prepped by working the liver first. So let's bring our hands to center, so that little maybe 6-inch ball. You're going to start to pull the right elbow back, pushing the left fingertips forward. Good. So my left hand is pulling back like so, and then we're going to switch. Okay, so we're switching one way and the other way. So it's a sort of squeezing and rotating effect. That's it, good. Bend and then lift as you pull back, bend, lift to pull back. And try to keep this pretty relaxed. So we're not, even if you don't have the exact movements down just yet, just try to still stay with your relaxed through your jaw, through your neck, through your hips, through your feet and knees. Good. Switch and breathe. Now start to change the breathing pattern. We're going to breathe in for 2 and breathe out for 2. Breathing in, conditioning our breath, breathing out for 2. Good, keep going. Feeling, if you want to connect a color to this movement or to your liver, think of that sort of really bright emerald green, filling up the sides of your torso. Emerald green. And out. Good, let's do 4 more. Breathing in, breathing out. For 3. Good, 2. And out. Last one's kind of final little massage. And release. Nice work, guys. Lower your arms down. Finishing with pulling down the heavens, reach your arms wide to the sides. Breathing in, just closing up that series. Exhale. Good, filling up the core center, lower dantian. And again, it's our physical body, physical energy center. Exhale, closing the back of the body. And last one, breathing in. Exhale, filling up the center of the body, softening to close. Nice. Good. Lower your arms down, just shake off your feet. Good. So now that our feet are a little warmed up, we are going to come to our standing position. Let's just pause with our feet a little closer together now. Yeah. Just feeling the waves of your spine and sort of noticing if there's any change from before that series. And then we're going to just come into a little more functional movement space. So let's all put our hands on our hips and just start to feel that little zipper from pubic bone up towards your belly button. Good. And then without changing anything else, we're just going to start to weight down more into our left foot and test out your standing on one leg. Bring your right knee to tabletop. Good. and lower down. Switch. Good. And lower down. Yeah. Try not to change anything. Just notice where you're at. Good. Notice how your stabilizers are today, if they're kicking in yet, or you're finding any challenge in balance. We're gonna reset that. So let's bring one knee up again. Lower down and switch. Good. And now let's put our left foot down. Bring your right knee to tabletop and hold. I want you to start to envision that left foot really rooting down into the ground. And we can think of that little tripod. We talked about that last week. The big toe, base of the big toe, pinky toe, and heel. So this little triangle underneath your foot. Just really emphasizing that triangle, using that to support you. Good. And then lower down and switch. Same thing, triangle through the right foot. And lower down. Good. And then bring your right knee back up to tabletop. Hold. That's it. If that feels easy for you, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Good. And then start to test out abduction. Bring it back to center. Adduction, right? Moving towards your midline, back to center. Extension, we're going to kick that heel back. You can straighten it or bend it, just kick it back. That's it. And then flexion is where we start to bring the knee in. Good, lower down, switch. Hold without too much shift towards that right side, abduction. That's it, adduction. Come to center, extension. Good, can we extend the hip without too much shift? Good, and then flexion. Nice, and lower your foot down. Perfect. Okay, let's all grab onto our band, and we're gonna recap our split squats. So last week we looked at split squats and sort of talked more about that splitting through the hips, as both halves of your hips are separate, right? So they work together, but they move like this. They're on constant rotation in opposite. So as we walk, that's kind of what happens, same as when we move side to side. So we're gonna recap that. Bring your strap or your pole or whatever you have. Just hold on to it. You can kind of fold it twice if it's really long. And we're gonna bring it to the fronts of our hips. So to be more specific, right below the ASIS, those two bony parts at the front of your pelvis, right below that where your hip flexors start to meet the top of the femur, right? So we're gonna just connect our prop right to that point there. Bring your feet to hip distance apart. Then go ahead, step back with your right foot, and we're just gonna sink down. Folding the band, folding the pole, whatever you have with that left hip. Okay, and then come back up. So from the side, it's gonna look like this. We're staying upright, we're just sinking down. And then we're gonna step back up. Let's just work with the left leg for now. So as our stabilizer through the left. Sinking back and down. Good. Yeah, so we're just moving in and out of that split squat, down and back up. Down, back up, good. Now stay down on the next one. You're gonna hold, stay there. Notice here if your flexors are doing all the work right now, right? Notice what's happening in your glutes. Can you wrap your hands around to underneath your bum cheeks? Good. Engage. Feel them sort of narrowing into your midline, and then use that now to come back up. Good, just feel that difference. Again, engaging, sink down, connect. Use that to lift back up. Good. Might change that a little bit for you. Squeeze and lower, and lift. Notice at any point of this transition, if the glutes are letting go, or what's happening, just notice. We're gonna come back to these after we do more mat work too. So just try your best to engage, but we'll see kind of how we can improve this. We're gonna do 2 more, sink down. Good, last one, sink down. That's it, stay light on that back foot, come on in. Good, nice, shake it out. and switch sides. Okay. Left foot back this time. Keep the band in front, sinking down. Remember, so now the left thigh is in this sort of more extended position. So we might feel some stretch there, that's good. Sinking down, working the right hip and left hip, both together, and lift back up. Good. So try not to get stuck back there. If we start to lose our balance or we start to put too much weight on the back foot, then we start to lose the exercise, because this is really intended, although it's a mobility and strength exercise, we can really add heavy weight to this too, right? So if we have heavy weight, we don't want to fall back. We're thinking of projecting that weight forward, or propelling it forward. So staying light on that back foot, coming in, good. If you need more support from the glutes, just poke them, talk to them, engage, and then use them to lift up. That's it. 3 more. 3, for 2. Last one. Sink and all the way up. Awesome. And lower that down. Nice work, guys. Come to the back edge of your mat. Drop your band down. Just shake off the hips. Reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Big breath. Exhale, rounding in. Hanging over the legs. Good. Stretch it out. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll all the way up, bone by bone. Good. Stacking your spine. Let's cross our right foot across the left foot. Good. We're going to stack the left arm in front on top of the right. Finding a really tall spine. And then nice and slow, we're going to sink all the way down. Try not to shift forward or back. Right down towards your hips. Nice. And lower down. Good. Okay. So from here, let's start with a little mobility series. So we're going to actually move through some more split squats today, but we're going to add curtsy squats as well and curtsy lunges to really help find some more of a stretch and strength in our outer glutes. So let's start with a little mermaid. So we're going to start with both knees in this number, I always say it's like a double stag or like this number 4 position. And we're going to reach our arms wide and just stretch out here, slide down. Right hand down towards the mat, right elbow down, big stretch. Big breath. And then lift all the way up. Counter bend. Good. So it's a modified mermaid, reaching your arms wide. Again, sliding right down. And exhale, lift up. Good, opening up the ribs. 2 more. Down. And lifting up. Last one. Breathing in. Let's add a little rotation. Lift your top arm up. We're going to open up slightly through the ribs. Rotating back. And then take your arm through, wrapping in towards your midline. And again, opening up. And wrapping through. 1 more. Nice and wide. And all the way through. Come back through center, over to the side, and lift yourself right on up. Counter bend. Good, and lower down. Okay, let's grab onto our weights here. So 1 or 2 weights. We're gonna stay on the side for a little hip stretch. So we're gonna keep our knees bent. Okay, you can bring your right heel closer towards your hips. Yeah, or closer towards your pubic bone. Okay, so the exercise is gonna be a little lift. So we're gonna keep the weights squeezed together. We can keep them at your ribs. Just pull them in towards your chest. Now from here, we're putting more weight down into our right knee. Okay, pushing down and we're lifting the hips up. Good, and then sinking back down. That's it. And do that again. We're gonna lift on up. Someone got disconnected. There we go. And back down. Good, keep going. Lifting up and lower back down. So in that lift, we're driving through both hips to lift up and then sink back down. And we're keeping the spine really neutral, right? So we're not really trying to shift forward and back, around the back. Just using that right glute to lift up, and we're thrusting the hips forward with both sides of the pelvis. Sink down. Good. That's it. Now this time let's add a twist. Lift up and you're gonna twist away. Yeah, and then sink back down, lower. Again, hips press forward and rotate. And then sink and lower. Good. As we're rotating, top of the head is growing tall. Good, lower down. That's it, 3 more. And lower for 2. Good, are we feeling the hips warm up? Yeah, last one. And then come all the way down, sink, release. Nice work, guys, lower the weights and just switch sides. Mermaid on the second side. Good, arms are wide. Yeah, just notice here, if you can get both hips down, that's awesome. If you can't, don't worry, but try to anchor your sitting bones. Think more about heaviness in both hips. Yeah, you might need to adjust your knees to create more space. And then go ahead, you're gonna slide on down, hand to the mat, big stretch. Reaching out through your top side waist, and exhale, lift back up, counter bend. Good, again, slide it all the way down. Big breath in. Good, exhale, lift. Pull yourself in towards the right, opening up the left. Good, 2 more. Lift. Good, stay down on this next one, adding a rotation, up and over, and then opening your top arm up, top ribs, twist back. Exhale, feed it through. Think like you're wringing out your spine like a towel in both directions. Opening up, and exhale, through. Good, 1 more twist, and through. And then come back to the side. Good, lift all the way up, counter bend. And reset. Nice, grab onto your weights, bring them up into your chest. Same thing here, now we're pressing down with the left knee a little more, and then lifting up, thrust the hips forwards. Right on up, good, and then sink down. Think about sinking more into the left here, so right into that left hip pocket. Again, up, and back down. And again, up, good. Back down, good. Now notice if this side feels any different than the first side, it might. But also, notice your way down, so the descend. Are you thumping down? Are you falling down? Can you try to make it as smooth as possible? So really sink back through the pelvis, drop the tailbone with control, and then drive back up. Good. If it feels like you're clunking down, try to put more weight in that left hip. Yeah, and then back up. And now let's start to add a twist. So lower down, last one. Moving straight and then lift up. Twist away from your top hip. Finding that nice stretch across the right hip. Come back down. Again, lifting up. Twist. And then center, lower down. Good. Lift up. Twist. Center, lower. That's it. 3 more. Lift and twist. Inhale down. For 2. And down. Last one, all the way up. Twist. Come through center, lower down, and release. Nice work, guys. Bring your weights down towards the mat. Grab onto your squishy ball or your pillow, whichever prop you've chosen, and then lie all the way down. We're gonna pop the prop in between the inner thighs. Good. Weights are down by your sides. Good. From here, walk your feet in so they're just about a foot away from your sitting bones, and then as wide as your sitting bones. Okay, feel your shoulders melt away from your ears. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Spine softens, zipper the low belly in. Breathing in again. Keeping the control of the low belly, exhale. Inhale one more, chin towards your chest. And exhale, start to peel your glutes all the way up towards the ceiling. Lift all the way up, bone by bone. Hold and bridge. Breath in. And exhale, roll back down. Good. Lower your tailbone, relax your glutes. Again, glutes engage first. Peel on up, bone by bone. Roll through your spine to lift. Hold. And then roll back down. Now keep going and start to think about the elements and the principles we've talked about. So the tripods through your feet. Feel those. So all 10 toes are heavy and even on the mat. Good. Glutes first before the hips lift, just like when we're standing. Lower down. Good. Now just allow that wave of your spine to be nice and smooth up. And roll back down. Let's all meet up in our bridge. Glutes engage, roll up and hold. Stay there. Okay. Stay here, keep the glutes isolated, and just squeeze your prop in and out. In and out. Good. Arms are sliding down by your sides. You can press your palms into the weights, feeling the triceps activate. Good. Working the back of the arms in this isolated place. Squeezing in, squeezing out. In, releasing out. Good. Nice. And just start to sense how the inner thighs, the adductors, really connect to our core. So just help us get a little bit more of an awareness of our low belly muscles. So as we squeeze, think of that zippering effect up towards your belly button. Right up the belly button, but not through just the front, through the entire insides of your core. So deep transverses. Okay, 4 more. Squeezing in for 4. 3, 2, and last one. Squeeze and hold. Take a big breath and roll your spine back down, bone by bone. Release. Good, nice guys. Let's lift up, this time without squeezing the ball. Just find the glutes, lift your hips up, straight up to the bridge. Keep the ball there, and then start to weight a little more into your left foot. Roll the ball, bring your right knee to tabletop. Good, and lower it back down. Switch. Sort of just like when the beginning of class when we stood on one leg, right? We're just moving sort of on our backs now, so we're moving down towards gravity, and away from gravity as we lift. Good, keeping the hips up. And notice if your hips want to drop as you transition, can you reset through center? Feel that openness at the front of the thighs, and then lift the knee. Good, just letting it roll through the inner thighs. For 4. For 3. Good, letting the ball roll for 2. Last one, lift. Lower down, take a breath. And from here, separate the inner thighs. You're gonna reach for the prop, so either the ball or the pillow. Yep, keep your hips lifted and then send both arms up towards the ceiling. Good, transitioning, low belly pulls in. Bring right knee back to tabletop. This time, kick your leg up. Good, bend it back in and lower down. Just switch. Left knee kick in and up. Bend, lower. And notice your hips now if they want to rotate side to side. We don't have the arms to help us anymore. Yeah, so hips are leveled. Deepen the glute that's supporting you. Switching in and up for 3. For 2, in and up. Now we're gonna hold the left leg up, reach your toes to the sky, pause. Reach, good, point your toes, reaching down towards the mat in front of you, and then flex your foot, kick it back up. For 3, point reach. For 2, point reach. For 1, bend it in, lower your foot. And switch, right knee in and up. Toes up, point down, flex, kick up for 3, point reach for 2, point reach for 1, bend, lower. Good. One more each leg. Kick and reach, flex, lift, 3. Just getting our stabilizers, getting our big glute max fired up. Last one, bend it in, and one more on the right. Kick it up, point down, flex, lift for 3. Point reach, flex, lift, 2. Last one, bend it in, lower it down, take a breath, and roll your spine down, bone by bone. Release. Nice work, guys. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Good. Just staying here. Interlacing your hands behind your head. Let's bring our knees up towards tabletop. Keep them in flexion there. Separate them as wide as your hips. Nod your chin, curl up. Lower right back down. Good. Again, nod and lift. Lower back down. Just coming into a little basic ab curl. Trying not to pull the neck forward. Lift up from the upper abdominals. Lower back down. For 3, 2. We're going to hold on 1. Stay up at the top. Twist to the left. Kick your right leg forward. Come through center and switch. Good. Just getting our core nice and set for some of our standing, more weighted exercises and loaded exercises. Keep twisting, breathing out. Inhale to switch, exhale, twist. Good, enjoying that first bicycle for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Come through center, take a big breath. Lower your head, neck, shoulders, lower your feet, release. Good. From here, we're gonna reach for our weights. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, palms face each other, and send your legs forward. We're gonna flex the feet, dorsiflex. Feet are as wide as your hips. And then go ahead, send your weights all the way back overhead. Take a big stretch. And then exhale, sweep your arms down by your hips. Try to keep the weight off of the mat. Again, big stretch, lifting up and over. Lengthening up, let the ribs lift, and then exhale, pull your navel in, draw the arms down. Good, 2 more, breathing in. Finding that full flow of energy from the top of your head, top of the arms to the toes. This time we're gonna lift up and back, breathing in. Exhale, arms up, nod your chin to chest, and roll all the way up. Rounding over the legs, good, C curve, sitting tall. Good, from here, rounding forward again. Send your weights forward, just stretching through the back of your spine, and then reach your heels forward as you roll your spine back. Slowly, slowly, all the way down till you lay flat, stretching back. Good, finding some more space in the spine. Lift up again, rolling up deep in your abs. Stretch. And pull it back down. Good, moving through this nice flow here at your own pace. Arms up first, nod your chin, peel on up. Now while you're in your C curve position, try to stay rounded so it's less of a hinge and more of a J curve or a C curve. So we're pulling the waist in, and then use that curl through the pelvis and through the low back to roll all the way down. And stretch it back. Good, 2 more like this. Lifting up, nod your chin. Core is tight, roll back down. Last one, lifting up, nod and curl. And this time sitting tall, release, good. Let's grab onto your prop. And we're gonna pop the prop behind your low back. Good, yeah. Stay there, grab onto your weights, reach your legs forward. We're gonna scoop and roll back halfway. Deepen your abdominals, pull your waist in towards the ball or the pillow. And then sit right back. Again, rolling back. So in these rollbacks, we're actually finding some extension in the front of the hips, right? We're in this flex position, but then as we roll back, we start to open up the fronts. They're still working, but we're gonna press the backs of the legs down into the floor. So we're moving our hips towards extension, even though they don't look like it. So push your thighs down, just taking yourselves out of the flexor, sort of where the hips start to get kind of tight when we sit a lot, right? So reaching away from that position and then moving into it, sitting tall, good. Press your thighs down, back to the legs, reaching away, and then moving into it. Good, through that steep curve, rolling back for 4. Good, committing to one position in the arms, squeeze the weights together, 3, 2. And now we're gonna stay down on 1. Hold, we're gonna twist to the left. Come through center and twist to the right. And twist. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Come through center, take a big breath, and exhale all the way over the legs. Rolling right back up. Nice, guys. Let's remove the ball. This time we're gonna pop it between the ankles. Give it a squeeze. Take your arms forward. Good, pause there. This time we're gonna squeeze that ball, squeeze that prop, and roll down a little lower. So imagine the ball still underneath your back, but now we're deepening into it more. Hold. We're gonna lift both weights up, breathing in. Lower back down. Again, lifting up. Lower back down. Good, squeeze that prop between the legs. And now notice your spine. Is it really curved forward? Is it really extended? Can we try to keep it in somewhat of a neutral position, but then let the weights pull forward and up. So we're really working through the back of the shoulders and those serratus muscles. Last 2. You're doing great. 1 more, lift, lower down, take a big breath, and nice and slow, we're gonna roll down from count of 5, 4, lifting the weights up, 3, 2, and let your entire spine lengthen back on 1. Big breath in, this time sweep your arms wide to the sides, lower them down by your hips. Good, and then go ahead and bend your knees, bring them into your chest, take away your prop, and just rock side to side. From here, bring your knees up to tabletop. We're gonna hold on to the sides of your shins. Nod your chin to chest, curl on up. Hold, and then start to rock and roll like a ball, back and forth. Back and up. Good, keeping that nice, smooth rock. Try not to rock up onto your shoulders or neck, just to your mid-back. Lifting up. For 3. For 2. And last one, roll all the way up, cross the legs, and come all the way up to hands and knees, tabletop. Nice work. Okay, let's grab onto our squishy ball again, bring it up to tabletop. We're gonna pop the ball behind the left knee. Okay, we're gonna give it a little squeeze. Okay, tall spine, zipper your low belly in. And then go ahead, we're gonna hover that left knee up just an inch off the mat. Or even a millimeter, so whatever height you can get without shifting the hips to the side. So we're at a little hover. We're gonna start to let that knee open up to the side. We're gonna make a little circle, half circle up and around. Bring it back out to the side. And bring it down. Okay. Half knee out to the sides. Set your core up and in, sweeping the leg to extension, back out to external rotation, and back down. Good. Remember that little teacup image? Imagine there's a teacup on your low back, on your pelvis. Can you keep the teacup there as you find that little rotation in the hip? And lower down. Good. Let's do 2 more like this. Try to keep the ribs pretty square as best as you can, just for these last 2. And last one. Come out to the side, bring it in. Rest your knee for a sec. Good, pause. Again, zipper up, lengthen your through the crown of your head. This time, move into extension and hold. Good, we're gonna point through the toes, bring your nose towards your knee, curl your spine in, and then exhale, flex and kick back up. Again, curl in, and kick back up. Curl in for 3. For 2. Good, so not really like a cat-cow because we're coming to more of a neutral position, right? We're extended, but not in too much of an extension, not too far back. Just to a long spine. Hold the next one out and pause. Good, we're gonna stay here. We're just gonna start to let that knee come across towards the mat. So we're crossing the leg over. Good, and then bring it back up through center. And again, up and across, internally, and then lift it back up. And across, back. Good, last 3. So that's the direction we're gonna start to move in when we start to curtsy. For 2. And last one, in and across. Bring it back up, take a breath, and lower your knee down, shell stretch. Good, roll the ball forward, lengthen your hips back. Nice, and then roll all the way up. Let's move right to side 2. I'll flip around this way. You're gonna hook the ball or prop in the back of the right knee. Coming back up to tabletop. Give that ball a squeeze. Left hip should feel a little more solid now, a little looser and more solid. We're gonna keep engaging the left to support, and then go ahead, right knee wide, and then up and around, half circle. Back out to the side, and lower down. Again, so right knee wide, up and around, back out to the side, and down, good. Balancing that little imaginary teacup on the low back, out to the side, and lower. Good, last 2. Good, almost feeling like you're scooping around through that hip, or almost like a soft towel in a bowl, right? That's that image in our hip. The femur and the hip socket, really smooth. Good. Now let's hold the next one up. So we're gonna lift up and around and pause. Stay in extension, hold. Now zipper your low belly in deeper, point your toes, curl in nose to knee, exhale. And then flex and kick back up. And again, point, lengthen, lift up through your ribs, sort of like an angry cat, and then kick it back. 4 more. For 3. If you're kind of relaxed on that prop, can you start to squeeze it a little bit more, fire up the back of that leg. Last one, curl it in, kick it out, pause. We're gonna extend, good, crossing over. Let that knee tip down towards the left inner side of the leg, and then lift. Again, inner side. Tap it down and lift. In, down and lift. Good. Try not to let that drop your spine. Just sink through that hip. And last 2. And 1 down. All the way up. Take a big breath. And lower the knee down. Shell stretch. Sink it right back. And roll all the way up. Bone by bone, restack your spine. Okay, have a drink of water if you need. And we're gonna meet standing. Just make sure your weights are somewhere close by. How do our hips feel so far? Good? Okay. Okay. Come on up to stand. Right on up. We'll keep the weights down on the mat. Okay, so we We already know our split squat, we're very parallel, right? So we're in this parallel position. Now we are going to move in a curtsy squat position, okay? So from here, well, let's keep our left foot, start with our left. We're gonna keep the left foot solid. Okay, we're gonna take the right foot back and across. I'm gonna sink down. And now in a curtsy squat, we're working the outer hip. We're also working quads quite a bit. And we're getting that nice stretch on the opposite, that back leg, right? We don't want the knees to be too close where they touch, so somewhere back behind, so we have some space. And we're keeping a very upright spine. Okay, and then lift back up. Now, our knees are tracking right over maybe the second toe. Let's say just allowing that knee to open up. It just gets you into the hip a little bit deeper, more of a stretch. And then we're gonna step back. Good. Do that again. Sinking down, and then lift. Good. Sinking down. So depending on the tightness or the flexibility of your hips, or the range of motion you have in your hips, the knee might change, right? Some people might want to be a little more parallel, some need to be a little bit more externally rotated to get a little deeper into that outer glute. So as long as we're not feeling our knee, we're feeling that nice stretch and tone in that outer hip, and we're good in this position. So just keep moving over to the left, sinking down, lifting up. Good. Sinking down, lifting up. That's it. Now try to keep your hips and toes square for the first bit, and then adjust. Yeah, hips and toes and knees are square. That's better. And then lift. Good, last two. And one. And lift all the way up. Awesome, good. Switch. Crossing over behind the right leg, sink down. And then lift back. Good. Stepping back. And lift back. Good. Start to fire up that right glute a little more. Squeeze, squeeze, even on the way down, same as the way up. So we're working in both directions. And this way we really start to get more of a stretch through that outer glute. We're working it, but we're stretching it at the same time. Good, building a little more mobility through there. 4 more. These look great, guys. 3. For 2. And last one. And all the way up. Awesome, good. Shake it out. And grab onto the weights. Let's add some levers. So we're gonna reach the arms forward. Squeeze the weights together. Good. And we're gonna alternate. Let's go over to the right or the left first. Sink down with the weights. Go ahead. Drive through both hips and then lift the arms up. And switch. Connect and sink. And lift. Connect, sink. And lift. Good. Keep going. Arms are optional, so if you want to just keep your arms together the whole time, you can. If you're still working on the lower half of your form, let's just find that nice light back foot. Sink. Lift. See how low you can get. Sink down. Lift. Good. Work through the arms if your arms are reaching up. Open wide. Breathe in. Exhale. Sink. Pull down. Breathe in. Good. And lift. Good. See if you can bring that back foot a little further back. Notice what happens when you do that. Make the lever a little longer. Good. Across down. Across down. Good. Let's do 4 more. Breathing in. Good. Last 2. And 1. Sink down. Lift all the way up. And lower your weights down. Good. Drop the weights. Keep them close by. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to add on to that a little bit. So from here, bring your hands on top of your hips for a sec. Okay. Cross the right foot or the left foot across the right, through the back. Good. Now from here, we're gonna drop the toes down on the mat. And we're gonna slowly lower all the way down. Oh yeah, sit right down. Good. Yeah, so we're gonna really exaggerate that curtsy. We're right down, we're feeling that maybe a little bit of stretch, and then we're gonna use that to lift ourselves back up. So you can bring your hands forward, in front of you, on the hips, wherever you feel balanced, and then lift. Bring your feet together. Switch. Okay, so we're still keeping this as an active stretch. Good, even at the bottom, just give yourself that 1 second break, and then use it to lift. Good, come back to center. So if you ever need a little more range in those curtsies, you can always do this one first, or in between, and then come back and test. Lift up, and switch, cross, sink. Good, so you can really cross the leg, cross the back, lift up, and switch. Good, one more each way. Right, lift, and lift. Sink it down, and lift. Come all the way up through center, and lower the arms down. Nice work, guys. How do those feel? Okay, we're gonna put all 3 of those together. Okay, so recap from last week or 2 weeks ago. Split squat, so we'll split squat first. Down, come on up. We're gonna curtsy. Down, come back up, and then we're gonna lower all the way down. And come all the way up, and switch, okay? So let's start with the right, no weights. Okay, split squat first. Straight down, straight up, curtsy, straight down, straight up, and curtsy to lower, straight down, oh yeah, and then lift right up. Nice, and switch legs. Left foot back, split, down, curtsy, across, and curtsy to lower, down, all the way down, and all the way up. And switch. Good, again guys. Split, lift, across, lift, all the way down. Right down, sink, sink, sink. Lower both hips, and lift. Back up, good. One more each leg. Left one down, up, across. Play with your ankles here. Lift up, all the way down. Drop it down. Take a breath, and lift all the way up. Lower down, and shake it out. Nice work, guys. Lift your arms up wide to the sides. Lower all the way down, stretch it forward. Walk your feet a little wider apart. Let's try to find some space along your mat. So walk your feet as wide as you can. Good, let your head fall. And just walk your hands over towards your right foot. Good, bend your left knee. Sink into that left side. Come back up through center. Over to the left foot, sink your right knee down, stretch. And then come through center. Melt your head forward, walk your hands forward in front of you, almost like you're moving into a downward dog, but really wide legs. Sink your hips back as you spread your fingertips wide and reach forward. And then nice and slow, heel toe your feet back to sitting bone distance. Nod your chin to chest, bend your knees, and roll all the way up to a tall spine. Good, roll your shoulders back, stack your palms above your head. Once you're up top, good, let's come back to our march, balancing one leg. Good, and switch. Just noticing how that feels now. Zipper your low belly in. Just feeling your spine reset and work through this functional pattern. Nice, hold your right knee up, testing the balance. Okay, stay, hold it up, reach your arms up towards the sky, ribs in. Send your knee wide, send it to the middle and across. Send it center and back. Good, and then forward. Lower down, switch. Good. Send it wide. Just notice if that alignment feels any different, or mobility or strength. Maybe nothing, maybe just learned a new little trick in your hip sequence. Bring it in, knee forward, hold, and lower down. Good, lower your arms. From here, we're gonna lift up through your heels, lift right on up. Reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, big stretch, and big exhale. We're just gonna bend the knees, just flushing that back, no way. And again, reach up, all the way to the sky, and exhale. Just flush everything out, all that hard work. And one more big breath in. Big reach, and exhale. Release, and then nice and slow, rolling your spine all the way up, bone by bone. Top of the head, top of the crown lengthens. Good, soften your knees. And reach your arms wide. Closing the front side of your body. Good, closing at your lower dantian. That's it, reaching wide, closing up the back of your body, just sealing your energy, sealing your practice, all your hard work today. And last one, breathing in. Good, closing the center of your body, softening your energy. Good, and release. Thank you so much, guys, for your hard work, great work. I hope that's feeling good and you can maintain that good sense of posture throughout your week. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or text